I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. Baltimore Ravens news. Is it time to bench Lamar Jackson and move on? Salute to the chat. Salute to all my moderators. Salute to the replay game. I'm going to give some more people some time to pull up, so just bear with me, y'all. We're going to get started with this demonstration probably about another minute. All right, let me share this out. And make sure y'all share the demonstration out as well. Where all of my Raven fans at? Drop a 1 if you are a Ravens fan. Drop a 2 if you could care less about the Ravens. All right, let me see. I see you, beautiful soul. All right, let's see. I think I might be in here. All right. I see you, positive vibes. All right, let's get started with this demonstration, y'all. So, if y'all don't know, the Baltimore Ravens is 6-7. They got 6 wins, they got 7 losses. They was leading the AFC North. They was in first place, but a crucial loss on Sunday to the Pittsburgh Steelers bumped my Baltimore Ravens out of first place in the AFC North. Now we are not even in the wild card. We won't even make the playoffs if we don't step it up. Now, in my opinion, that loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday, we got cheated out of that game. Drop a 3 if you feel like the Ravens got cheated out of that game against the Steelers. Drop a 4 if you feel like they didn't. So the receiver catches the ball in the end zone. You see one foot go down. You see the second foot go down. The receiver still has the ball. The ball is secure. Now they saying, well, because he needed to take that third step, and before he could take the third step, the ball came out of his hands. That's BS. And then they come with all kind of rules. The end zone is different from the regular field of play. Oh, a whole bunch of BS. However, in that game, in my opinion, the Ravens won. Now, I'm going to be going over some Lamar Jackson statistics, some stats, right? But another thing that I want to say, Lamar Jackson gets blamed. If y'all been keeping up with the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson has always get blamed every time the Ravens lose. Even no matter how many points the Ravens put up, it's still Lamar's fault. In my opinion, I don't think that's fair. Because if Lamar and the offense, if they do their job, if they put points up on the board, it's up to the defense to stop the opposing team, to keep from the opposing team from putting points up on the board. That Monday game, the game that we lost against the Buffalo Bills, that was not Lamar Jackson's fault. The defense failed at stopping Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. But let's go to some stats, y'all. All right, I'm gonna read off some stats, and I will come down there to the chat and entertain the chat in a little bit. Just give me a second, y'all. And if anybody is tuning in from Facebook, any of my Facebook family and friends, Salute to all my Facebook family and friends that's tapping into this. Beautiful Soul says, right, and it was a touchdown the first 3 games. That's facts. All right, let me come here, y'all. All right. Let me put up some stats. All right. Now, this is Lamar's stats, right? Give me a minute. So he come in 2018. He got 1,201 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He got an 84.5 rating. Now, 2019, he had 3,127 yards. Hold up, y'all. With 36 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 113.3 rating. 2020, 2,757 yards, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions with a rating of 99.3. We're going to go to 2021. He had 2,882 yards, 16 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, a rating of 87.0. 2022, 2,242 yards, 17 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, a rating of 91.1. 2023, 3,678 yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, a rating of 102.7. 2024, 4,172 yards with 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a rating of 119.6. 2025, 2,060 yards, 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, a rating of 100.0. Now, the numbers is there. He's always had the numbers, right? I see you, Miss Parker. Lamar Jackson averages around 50 to 60 rushing yards per game in his career, with specific numbers varying slightly by source, but generally hovering in the mid-50s, like 57.5 yards, 57.5 yards. The career average is or 53.8 yards. That's the 2024 season, highlighting his dual threat quarterback ability. He boasts a strong career average of about 6.1 yards per carry, showing his efficiency when he runs the ball. Some running backs, he got better numbers than some running backs. Key career rushing stats: career yards, over 6,000 rushing yards. Career yards per carry, around 6.1. Career yards per game, often cited around 50 to 58 yards per game. Lamar Jackson has the most career rushing yards by a quarterback in NFL history, over 6,400, surpassing the long-standing record held by Michael Vick, 6,109 yards, with Cam Newton, Russell Wilson, and Josh Allen also among the top contenders. Top all-time quarterback rushing yards. Lamar Jackson leads with 6,480 plus yards, and he's still going. He passed Michael Vick. So the numbers is there, right? Now, in my opinion, Lamar, he always get a bad name. You know, he got the numbers, the stats. He has MVP rings, but he don't have a Super Bowl ring. Now, there have been many great quarterbacks that to this day they still talk about as being a great quarterback, and they don't never throw no dirt on these quarterback names. All you hear about is how great this quarterback was. But the quarterback never won a Super Bowl. So why don't they give Lamar Jackson that same kind of respect? Is it something with Lamar Jackson because he's a mobile quarterback? And we got to remember when the NFL started, and for a lot of years, running quarterbacks, they was unheard of. The quarterback position was meant for the quarterback to throw the ball. And of course, if he get in any kind of trouble, if he's being rushed, then run, but would only gain maybe 2 or 3 yards just to get out of the pocket to keep from being sacked. So while Lamar Jackson don't get the same spotlight as all those other great quarterbacks that didn't win a Super Bowl, even the quarterbacks today that get the praises, they're just like Lamar Jackson. They've never won a Super Bowl either, but you don't hear the sports commentators bashing those quarterbacks. All right, let's move on. Lamar Jackson stands out among elite quarterbacks with unmatched rushing ability, leading all quarterbacks in rushing yards, touchdowns historically, while also boosting elite passing stats, holding top career passer ratings near Rodgers, Mahomes, and excelling in deep ball touchdowns, placing him in the same tier as Rodgers, Mahomes, Barrow, and Allen, but with a unique dual threat profile that often produces league-leading quarterback, running backs, and significant downfield passing success. Key comparison points. Rushing prowess, unique. He's the all-time leader in quarterback rushing yards and touchdowns, a category where he's unmatched by other elite passers like Mahomes or Allen. In peak seasons, 2019, he recorded over 1,200 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns, setting a new standard for quarterback rushing. Passing efficiency and accuracy, elite tier. He's constantly near the top in career passing rating, often battling Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes for the number 1 spot. He's among the few quarterbacks with multiple 90-plus passer ratings in consecutive games, including playoffs, a feature shared with Brady, Mahomes, and Manning. He leads in deep ball touchdown passes, over 10 air yards, showcasing elite downfield accuracy, surpassing Barrow and others in recent years, 2024 to 2025. Overall impact of quarterback running backs, he often leads the league in total quarterback ratings, highlighting his overall effectiveness, not just passing stats. His ability to generate massive offensive production, leading the league in total touchdowns, places him alongside or above his elite peers in game-changing plays. Now, the $1,000,000 question that folks always ask me, Shank, why haven't your quarterback, Lamar Jackson, won a Super Bowl? Shank, why is it every time the Ravens get behind, why do Lamar get frustrated? why when the Ravens start losing, why here comes a Lamar Jackson injury? That's what many of you say. He's faking, Shank. He really ain't hurt. He want to play hurt so they could take him out of the game. Let me see what my chat's saying. Positive Vibe says the Super Bowl is rigged. I believe that the Super Bowl is rigged. Drop a 5. Drop a 5 if you feel like the Super Bowl has been rigged. And drop a 5 if you think that the Super Bowl is rigged. Drop a 6 if you think like it's not. I'm going to drop a 5 because I think the Super Bowl is rigged. I remember that Super Bowl when the Panthers played the Broncos. The Carolina Panthers was 15-1. The Panthers were smashing everything. And then he get to the Super Bowl against Peyton Manning. It was Peyton Manning's last season. Peyton Manning wasn't even at his best. The Broncos won. I believe that Super Bowl was rigged. Lamar Jackson got his money. He asked for it just like that. Overpaid Joe Flacco. Don't get me wrong. Joe got an arm, but he, to me, is like he wasn't into the game, but that wasn't down Joe back like that. No. And I rode with Joe Flacco because Joe Flacco is my guy. I'm a Ravens fan. I rode with Joe Flacco, but they were never down Joe Flacco's back the way they is down Lamar's back. He had an injury, but he came back and beat all 5 games. That's facts. I think I read that one to y'all. Now, this is Lamar versus Holmes and Barrow, the new guard. It says, while Mahomes and Barrow also have elite passing and rushing, Jackson's rushing volume and efficiency consistently push his overall numbers into unique territory. Jackson often leads them in deep touchdown rate and overall quarterback metrics, even if they might have higher raw passing yardage in some seasons. In essence, Jackson is in the elite conversation with Rodgers, Mahomes, Barrow, and Josh Allen. But his unparalleled rushing ability fundamentally changes the comparison, making him arguably the most dynamic dual threat quarterback in NFL history, excelling in both rushing and advanced passing metrics. Lamar Jackson's record against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now this, to me, this is what I do focus in on. Like, damn. He definitely has a losing record against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. So it says Lamar Jackson's record against the Kansas City Chiefs is generally 1-6. That's 1 win, 6 losses. Overall, in the regular season and the playoffs, though some sources show 1-5 in regular season. All right. With his long regular season win coming in a thrilling week 2 game in the 2024 season, where he accounted for 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing in a 36-35 victory. While the Chiefs have dominated earlier matchups and playoff contests, he struggles significantly in Kansas City, holding a 0-4 record at Arrowhead Stadium. That means he has never beat Patrick Mahomes. He has never beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead Stadium. The key detail says overall record. I already read y'all that. 1-6. Regular season record 1-5. Playoff record 0-1. Loss in the AFC Championship. Head-to-head Mahomes 1 versus 4 against Mahomes. So he sucks against Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson has a 3-2 record season record against the Buffalo Bills. He do a little better against Josh Allen and the Bills, but his overall record, including playoffs, is 3-4. As the Ravens lost both postseason matchups against the Bills, most notably in the 2020 divisional round, where a key interception swung momentum. He has faced them 5 times in total, with wins in the 2019, 2022, and 2024 regular seasons, but losses in the 2019 wild card and 2020 divisional playoff games. Key details, I read y'all all of that. Notable playoff loss in the 2020 divisional round, the Ravens lost 17-3 with a pivotal 103-yard interception returned for a touchdown by Tyron Johnson, a playoff Jackson often referenced as a turning point. Now, I got to go to my other quarterback, Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, y'all remember, if y'all follow Joe Flacco didn't win his Super Bowl ring. I think it may have been the 7th year, the 6th or 7th year that Joe Flacco came in the league. Joe Flacco was always, when it comes time to the playoffs, Joe Flacco always would choke up in the playoffs, especially against the New England Patriots. But a couple of them losses that Baltimore lost against the Patriots wasn't Joe Flacco's fault. The receivers dropping the ball in the end zone, same way with Lamar Jackson. Last year, who was it that dropped the ball when we lost against Buffalo? Mark Andrews. But who took the blame? Lamar Jackson. Well, Lamar, the Ravens shouldn't have never been in that predicament where they had to count on the 2-point conversion. All these excuses. Every time a receiver dropped the ball, Derrick Henry, how many fumbles did Derrick Henry have in the game? And Derrick Henry is a beast. But every time, notice, every time it's the receiver's fault, the running back fault, the defense fault, the offensive line's fault, they always say what? Well, they shouldn't have never been in that predicament. Lamar shouldn't have never had them in that predicament. In my opinion, I'm going to answer my own question. Is it time to bench Lamar Jackson and move on? My perspective, no. You can't bench Lamar Jackson. If he gets hurt, really, really hurt, then you can talk about benching him. But at this time, you got to give Lamar a chance to redeem himself. And in my opinion, Lamar Jackson is one of those athletes that will redeem himself. We've seen it so many times. So at this point, even right now, because if you bench Lamar with these 4 games left, what is that saying? That's saying that you don't have no faith. You don't have no confidence in Lamar at all. T-Babe says, 2, not my team. So at this point, you can't bench Lamar and move on. Let him ride out this season. See how he plays in the season, because we still got 4 games left. We got the Patriots, we got Cincinnati, we got Green Bay, and we got the Steelers again. And if we could win all 4 games and hope that the Steelers lose 2 games, well, that 1 game to us, and hope the Steelers lose another game, then we will secure a playoff spot. We'll probably be the 4th seed or the 5th seed. However, we will make the postseason. So I wouldn't bench Lamar right now? Make sure y'all leave a comment on the replay gang and let me know how y'all feel. Is it time to bench Lamar Jackson and move on? Let me grab some comments and then we're going to get out of here. I think I read this one. He had an injury, but he came back and beat off 5 games. I got that one. 5. Stop on a new coach. That's the $1 million question. That should be the demonstration that I should be doing. Is it time to fire John Harbaugh and get another coach? I would get rid of Harbaugh before I get rid of Lamar, before I bench Lamar. It's time for a new coach. I'm with you, beautiful soul. Hey, I think that Harbaugh's time is up. You know, his play selection, his calls. You just be looking like, why would they run that? Why would they do that? So before I would bench Lamar and move on, I would get rid of the coach. I would get rid of that coach. Salute everybody. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I'll see everybody on the next demonstration. I will leave the chat running and you all can hang around. Salute everybody.